What's up, YouTube? It's Bianca J, and I'm back with another word. And so the Lord has sent me here today with a word for you all. And so on February the 1st, 2026, at 3:42 p.m., God spoke and he said to me to tell his people the mark of the beast is here, right? And so he sent me here today to let you know that the mark of the beast is here. And so that was at 3:42 p.m. And so that night, which would have still been February the 1st, I ended up having a dream. And so in this dream, I could see the bridegroom, right? And so he's ready, he's prepared, but he's sitting and he's waiting, right? He's waiting. And so I can see a wife, the bride, right? And so she's getting like her nails done, and she's getting like all the pampering done, and she's getting to preparation for the wedding, right? She's getting into preparation for the bridegroom. And so in the midst of her getting ready in preparation, her getting prepared for the bridegroom, getting prepared for her husband, right? It was a lady who acted like she was helping the bride to prepare, right? But in reality, she wasn't truly trying to help the bride to prepare. She was sent there on assignment by the enemy to perform a sneak attack, to deliver a sneak attack against the bride, right? And so it looked as if the lady was trying to help the lady do her nails and get her nails polished, but she kept like smearing the lady nail polish and saying, oh, that's a design, it's supposed to be like that. And so the lady was like on the fence, because it was on her ring finger, and she's like I don't know if this is supposed to look like this, but okay, let's see how it turned out, right? And so then when the lady goes to do the other hand, the lady who's doing the lady nails, the wife nails, the bride nails, she's a familiar spirit, right? Like I said, she was sent there by the kingdom of darkness. And so she begins to tell her, oh, let me draw on your arm the design that I'm going to do on this hand so that you can see. And so in the midst of her doing that, like I said, the husband, he was there just watching. The bridegroom, he was just there just watching, like he was waiting for her to get ready. And so he walks over and he sits closer at the table to really see what the lady is doing. And so he's sitting back and he's watching. And so this lady, she's drawing, she was supposed to be drawing a design like a flower to go on the lady nails, but instead of drawing a flower, she was drawing a bee. But she was drawing it for a long time as if she was really drawing a flower, but she was drawing a bee on her arm. And so then the Lord said, mark of the beast, right? And so it's not going to look like what most people think it's going to look like. The enemy is going to bring in the mark of the beast through a sneak attack, right? Through something that's familiar, because that was a familiar spirit who was in that dream, and that familiar spirit was tricking this bride, this woman who was going to be a wife, right? She was tricking her to mess up her nails, like, oh, it's going to be a design, and she smeared all her polish. She smeared her ring can, you know, she tried to ruin her ring can, right? And so then on the other hand, the lady is expecting to get a flower design on her other nails on her right hand. And the lady proceeds to act like she's going to draw the flower on her arm first for her to see it before she painted it on her nails. And she ended up carving like a bee in her arm. And so the Lord said, mark of the beast, right? And so, like I said, it's not going to look, it's not going to be like dead smack in your face where you be like, okay, this is the mark of the beast. It's going to be ushered in through a familiar spirit. And it's going to look like help, but it's not really help. And so the Lord is saying, do not fall for the scheme and the sneak attack of the enemy. That is a trick to usher in the mark. It's going to look like the familiar spirit was sent to help, but in reality, it was sent only to smear your ring hand, to smear your walk with Christ, to smear you getting ready for the bridegroom, to smear the bride, the body of Christ. It's coming to smear the body, the bride of Christ, right? The body of Christ, the bride of Christ, right? And so the Lord is saying to be vigilant, because the enemy is sending a sneak attack to smear your covenant that you have made with the Lord, to smear your preparation to getting ready for the bridegroom. And it's going to be a sneak attack. And so by the time most will notice, the mark will already be here, right? And so the lady didn't notice until it was completely done. Like I said, that one lady was like marking on her arm like she was drawing a flower for a long time, but then when she finally revealed it to her, it wasn't a flower, it was a bee. And the Lord said it was the mark of the beast. And so that is how it's going to be, right? It's not going to be where you're going to be able to realize it right off, right? And so the Lord is saying it is there to smear his bride. It is sent to trick his bride. Do not be fooled. The mark of the beast is here. And the Lord is saying to pay attention, to be vigilant. Because by the time most will notice, the mark will already be on them. It is a sneak attack that looks like help. Okay, and so that was the word of the Lord. The Lord has sent me here to deliver this word today. You guys take this word back to the Lord. Take me back to the Lord. And until my next video, stay focused and be blessed. And I'll see you in my next one. Bye.